Wes Watson's girlfriend just exposed him, and this one hits differently. It's not some random internet troll or a bitter ex throwing shade. This is someone who lived with him, saw the unfiltered version behind all the flexing and tough talk. The guy who preaches about discipline, wealth, and being real just got called out in the most personal way possible. And when the person closest to you starts dropping receipts, people pay attention. Suddenly, the rented cars, the luxury homes, and the big money claims aren't adding up. It's not just cracks in the image, it's the whole facade starting to fall apart. And now, everyone's watching it happen in real time. This isn't just petty drama. This is someone revealing what happens when the brand of extreme accountability meets the consequences of broken promises and financial manipulation. And let's be honest, when the person doing the exposing is a former partner, the details tend to get brutally specific. From leased luxury cars and fake financial plays to clout chasing under a mask of masculine alpha talk, the cracks are no longer rumors. They're loud, clear, and coming from the inside. It starts with a moment most people remember, the proud announcement of Angie getting a brand new GLE AMG. That AMG wasn't just a car, it was a billboard, a trophy rolled out for social media with Wes beaming, "We got her the GLE AMG." But now the story has a different ending. Turns out that car wasn't paid for in cash. In fact, according to Angie herself, she was the one who had to lease it because Wes couldn't even provide the pay stubs to get the paperwork done. The promise? He paid off in a month. Reality? It's been 2 years. The payments are still there, and they're higher than her mortgage. And if anyone's wondering why she didn't walk away sooner, she answers that too. She stuck around because she didn't want others to fall for the same tactics. She wasn't sharing this out of bitterness. She was sharing it so that other women wouldn't end up paying off luxury vehicles for men flexing on Instagram. Her words hit hard. If a man is going to say he's going to buy you a car, make him cash it out, or nothing at all. There's this growing pattern with Wes. The houses, the cars, the lifestyle, it all looks great on the surface. But dig a little deeper and things start to fall apart. One viewer called him out for renting his house, expecting Wes to deny it. But instead, he doubled down. He didn't even try to hide it. He said he rents because he gets bored of houses quickly. But the comment section wasn't buying that. Most people know how real estate works. Smart investors, actual top tier ones, buy properties to build equity. Renting a luxury home just to look rich on the gram, that's a classic case of lifestyle inflation without the ownership to back it. His defense was wild too. He said, only idiots like 9-to-5 mom and pop people want to buy a house and live in it for 10 years. That'd be a nightmare. Apparently, living in a house for 3 years already makes it a dilapidated piece of trash in his eyes. He doesn't even want a 3-year-old home. He wants brand new, but only for 2 years max. That's his justification for renting, not owning. He even throws in this line, if it has one door, lease it. If it has many doors, own it. It's supposed to be deep, but it ends up sounding like a poorly recycled line from a fake finance guru. Now here's where it really gets twisted. The idea that Wes is somehow helping people get rich is one of the central pillars of his online brand. But then comes the claim that someone paid $12,500 for a coaching program and supposedly made $8 million in 6 months. The math isn't the problem, it's the credibility. There's no proof, no verification. Just a story he tells to make it seem like anyone can multiply their money if they pay him enough. He says the guy will make $100 million in 4 years. That's not motivation. That's delusion unless backed by actual evidence. At the same time, while he flexes these impossible numbers, his own assets seem to be in trouble. There's talk of a default decision against him, one that could soon affect those cars he loves posting about. He still claps back by saying, "It's June 12th, it's 4:45, my cars are still here." But critics weren't saying the cars were gone. They were saying it's only a matter of time. That's what a default decision means. The clock starts ticking, and if he doesn't settle things fast, those cars are not going to be around for much longer. And while all this chaos unfolds, Wes doesn't exactly stay silent. He responds, but not in the way that brings clarity. Instead, it's anger, deflection, and more strange ramblings. He lashes out at micro-influencers, calling them fake. He talks about how people buy followers, hide likes, and act like someone they're not. But those words backfire because at one point he did exactly the same thing. He had a bloated follower count with low engagement. But back then, he didn't call it out. He only started attacking creators when his own numbers dropped after getting banned. That's when the internet justice warrior mode kicked in. Not out of principle, but out of frustration. His former girlfriend wasn't the only one pulling back the curtain. Internet sleuths and Reddit pages have been digging up old videos and clips that paint an entirely different picture of Wes Watson. Not the self-made millionaire, not the reformed prison hustler turned success guru, but a man more obsessed with controlling narratives than actually living up to them. The problem is, when the people closest to him start talking, those narratives unravel fast. In one of the most bizarre segments from his recent content, he even jokes about prison inspections, bent over, joking about showing his butthole to guards because that's how they recognize him. "They don't even know me by face," he laughs. "They only know me by my butthole." It's supposed to be funny, but it's a jarring reminder of how much of his identity still revolves around the prison environment he supposedly escaped. It's like he never really left, and that's not just an observation, it's something he admits too. He says he misses prison, he says it without irony, and now, more than ever, some people are starting to believe he may actually go back. Let's not forget the image he tries to maintain. Confident, dominant, rich, untouchable. But when called out about his rented lifestyle, the story changes. Suddenly, it's about not caring about material things. But then he turns around and still flaunts those same things every chance he gets. He criticizes others for flexing, while he poses shirtless, angles carefully chosen, tattoos blazing. One viewer even pointed out how Wes is now posing like an Instagram chick. Not because of the photos themselves, but because of the constant need for validation, flashing the same things he claims don't matter. When it comes to facing facts, Wes refuses to measure up. Literally, there's a joke that he won't even confirm his height, won't own up to what's real, what's rented, or what's simply made up. And that's what this entire story boils down to. It's not just about one car, one house, or one coaching program. It's about trust, about authenticity, and when the person who shared life with him calls him out, it hits different. Because it's not coming from jealousy or hate, it's coming from experience. And the internet never forgets. Those old videos, those inconsistencies, they're all out there. Archived, reposted, picked apart. And with every new expose, with every Reddit thread and YouTube breakdown, the picture becomes harder to defend. The alpha persona, the no-nonsense coach, the tough love mentor, those are just layers. Peel them back, and the cracks are undeniable. No amount of motivational shouting can fix what's broken when the receipts start rolling in. And this isn't just cancel culture. This is accountability, the kind Wes always preaches, but rarely accepts. That's why this story sticks. Because it's not just another internet feud. It's the story of someone who built an empire on personal transformation, but may have forgotten to transform the one person that mattered most, himself. There's still time for Wes to make things right, but that would require a level of transparency and humility that, so far, he's never shown. The question isn't whether the cars are still there. The question is how long the illusion can last before reality pulls into the driveway with a repossession order. Until then, the internet will keep watching, the receipts will keep surfacing, and Wes will keep fighting battles, some real, most imagined. Because when the truth finally comes out, there's no flex loud enough to silence it. Wes Watson's story has always been complicated. Prison to prosperity, struggle to strength, transformation to triumph. But now, with his own girlfriend exposing the financial half-truths and manipulative tactics behind the scenes, the curated persona is starting to crumble. Between leased luxury cars, default judgments, and carefully staged content, the brand is showing signs of collapse. The truth is no longer hiding. It's being shouted from the same platforms that once made him famous, and the internet? It never looks away when the mask starts to slip. If this story intrigued, shocked, or made anyone think twice about who they follow online, make sure to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dive exposes. Drop a comment with thoughts on Wes's situation because this conversation is far from over. Stay tuned for what's next.